Sideways.
You have to sit. You have to sit. I'm not saying nothing. There you are.
Yep, but it's sideways. Now I'm gonna have to go straight up and down. We had it earlier with Trish.
They're checking if it's sideways, and you have to go over.
5 minutes.
Major.
Had it earlier with Trish.
Pretty annoyed. You couldn't go off live on this one on your thing. I'll try something. Hello? We're up and down, not side to side. If Jamie changes it sideways. Okay, so we'll just, this is what we have to do now. The Paul Reveres coming.
Why do we get blue?
Okay, wonderful. All right. Bye. Bye. It's tiny, but it's up and down.
I hope that doesn't distract the horse.
Put it back. That is good.
Yes, but it was working earlier when we had Trisha with Prism. I don't understand why.
Something else.
George! You made it.
Okay.
Next time when we do this,
It's over.
Watch out, please. Pack like sardines. Still got a few more minutes before he arrives.
2 minutes.
2 minutes.
And Jamie will raise the thing up higher so everybody can see, so hopefully it works. It's crazy busy. We were right up front, and then they put barricades and had a bunch of VIPs go in front of us, so we kind of like got pushed back. But everything should be happening in front of the house, so you should be able to see everything that's going on.
It's a Channel 5. Who is it? Yeah. Yeah, on those. Oh, yeah.
stavo preparando qua davanti.
Hello. I'm Paul Revere. Perhaps you thought of me as younger and heartier. Oh, but that was so long ago. April of 1775, when I galloped up to this very house to warn John Hancock and Samuel Adams that the Redcoats were out. I've aged much since that day. A friend has asked me to write about that ride while I still remember it,
Larry.
so that others might know the real story. I hope you don't mind if I read a bit of what I've written. You may be surprised at some of the details. In the fall of 1774, the winter of 1775, I was one of 30 who formed ourselves into a committee for the purpose of watching the movements of the British soldiers. The Saturday night preceding the 19th of April, about 12 o'clock at night, the boats belonging to the British transports were all launched and carried under the sterns of the men of war. We likewise found that the grenadiers and light infantry were all taken off duty. From these movements, we expected something serious was to be transacted. On Tuesday evening, the 18th, it was observed that a number of soldiers were marching towards the bottom of the common. About 10 o'clock, Dr. Warren sent in great haste for me and begged that I would set off immediately for Lexington, where Messrs. Hancock and Adams were, and acquaint them of the movement, and that it was thought they were the objects. When I got to Dr. Warren's house, I found he had sent an express by land to Lexington, to Mr. William Dawes. The Sunday before, I had been to Lexington. I returned at night through Charlestown and agreed that if the British went out by water, we would show 2 lanterns on the North Church steeple, and if by land, 1.
Sorry, Charlie.
For we were apprehensive it would be difficult to cross the Charles River or get over Boston Neck. I left Dr. Warren, called upon a friend, and declared him to make the signals. Then 2 friends rode me across Charles River. On Charlestown's side, they said they had seen our signals. I got a horse at Deacon Larkin. While the horse was preparing, Richard Devons of the Committee of Safety told me he came down the road from Lexington after sundown and met 10 British officers, all well mounted and armed, going up the road. I set off on a very good horse. It was then about 11 o'clock, very pleasant. After I had passed Charlestown Neck, I saw 2 men on horseback, British officers. One tried to get ahead of me, the other to take me. I turned my horse very quick and galloped toward Charlestown Neck, and then pushed for the Medford Road. In Medford, I waked the captain of the Minutemen, and after that, I alarmed almost every home till I got to Lexington. Oh, reading this brings back that night so vividly to me. I can almost hear Sergeant Monroe and his men coming down the road to guard the house. And I can see myself, younger and stronger, galloping up the road with a warning that would start a revolution.
Oh, the temperature definitely dropped.
To the right. Face. You men know your assigned duties. Take up your posts.
Oh, Will Monroe, is that you? You know Mr. Hancock, I am sure. Why are all these men here?
There seems to be trouble brewing this evening. Earlier, a mounted patrol rode through town. We think on their way to Concord.
Yes, I received a dispatch from a fellow patriot, Eldridge Gary, just a few hours ago, that 8 or 9 mounted officers of King's troops were seen on the road. He suspects they are out on some evil design.
Looking for you and Adams, most likely, to effect your arrest, if not your assassination. Mrs. Clark has been made distraught by the rumors flying about.
Of course. Well, I sent word back to Gary that we were grateful for the information and that we would pass it along to Concord. I believe this is a matter of the most deadly seriousness.
We are in agreement, Mr. Hancock. These men are here as a safeguard for you and Mr. Adams.
Yes, Sergeant, my fiancée, Dorothy Quincy, and my Aunt Lydia Hancock are spending the night here in the West Chamber. Sleeping, I trust. Could you see to it that your men remain as quiet as possible?
Certainly, I shall attend to it.
Is there further intelligence, John? My instincts and misgivings inform me that our friend General Gage is up to something, seizing arms in Concord, arresting us, or perhaps something even more extreme.
We seem to live these days of constant state of turmoil and alarm. Gage has 4,000 troops in Boston, and no doubt he is feeling pressure from London to use them.
Strength he may have in numbers, but not in resolve and determination. Since they closed our seaports, our countrymen are turning out for drills every week. Even our parsons and squires. Food and firewood are in short supply. The Royal Navy is buying up all the available mutton and wildfowl. Many of our homes are lacking in warmth.
Of which I am well aware, Samuel. Have you seen the condition of the tails in my picket fence? Hacked to pieces by those malicious regulars for firewood. And fish, our most abundant staple, cannot be had in Boston at any price. If it were not for our friends to the south, we would be in the gravest of circumstances.
Thank God for their help. A crisis is most definitely coming. The only question is, what form will it take?
Now, when Revere was here Sunday last, he spoke of unusual troop movements in Boston. The town was a tinderbox of rumor and suspicion. People all over the province are on edge.
Gage is readying for an expedition into the countryside. If we only knew where, when, we could use that information to our great advantage.
Gentlemen, let us continue this conversation inside before retiring. Good night, Will.
Report, gentlemen.
Samuel, that Samuel Adams likes to stir the pot. And he wants to be in charge. But we need someone like him to stand up to the governor's cronies. The situation in Boston, it's become alarming. Much too much turmoil. Samuel, do you think anything will happen tonight?
I fear the pot is about to boil over.
Right.
Conditions are worsening, and every town is filled with distressed families who have fled Boston in terror. Trouble, it appears, is close at hand.
It does. There's a reason that John Hancock and Samuel Adams stayed here in Lexington rather than go back to Boston after the provincial congress in Concord adjourned. You know, Samuel, the Reverend Clark's wife is a first cousin to Mr. Hancock. Why do you suppose that patrol was prowling the countryside tonight? Sergeant Monroe Any further news on those regulars?
None, but I am concerned about their activities, and so is the captain. My wife and 3 children saw that man of patrol ride past, and the family is most fearful.
I told my wife that if she heard any alarm muskets, she must take our young son and flee. I'm not sure just where she and the baby will go to seek shelter.
Men, keep your voices low and your discussions to a minimum. Listen, there seems to be some
Ryder.
connection down at Buckman Tavern. See who comes at such a pace. Check his advance.
Here
Do
he
not let
comes.
this rider pass without he identify himself.
Halt! Halt! Rein in your mouth! Who are you? What is your business?
Revere! My name is Revere, and I have urgent news for Mr. Hancock and Mr. Adams. There's no time to lose. I must speak to them now.
What's the charge?
I recognize you now, but you're making entirely too much noise.
Noise! Noise! We don't have noise enough for long. The regulars are coming out. In force! I must awaken Mr. Hancock and Mr. Adams and warn them of the danger. Mr. Hancock, Mr. Adams, arise! Arise! Mr. Hancock, come down. I have news for you.
What's going on?
The meaning of this disturbs us at this hour. Oh, Revere, it must be you. We're not afraid of you. Do you bring us news from Dr. Warren?
Indeed I do. The regulars are out. Hundreds of them. And fully equipped. They've been rowed across the river to Cambridge. We believe they're on their way to Concord and our powder stores. I left Charlestown shortly before 11 p.m. this evening and have been riding hard ever since. I've already alerted the Sons of Liberty in both Medford and Menominee, and Dr. Warren has dispatched William Dawes to Roxbury and Cambridge. He should be here any time now.
What do you make of this, Samuel?
We must respond. The eyes of the people will be upon us. The liberties of our country are worth defending against all hazards, and it is our duty to defend them against all attacks. What a glorious morning this might prove to be.
Gentlemen, I beseech you, what is the occasion for this clamor? You've awakened my family, and Mrs. Clark is most directly anxious.
Sir, it is just as we feared. The regulars apparently are marching out, hundreds strong. Dr. Warren has sent Revere to warn us of the danger.
This news is most alarming. I shall be down presently. Mistress Lucy, shouldn't these children return to their beds?
Yes,
Sergeant
Jonas.
Monroe.
Betty, Mary, come get your siblings. Come.
Sergeant Monroe, send word to Captain Parker to alarm the militia.
Head down to the common, find Captain Parker, and tell him he is wanted here in the Clark House. And return with him.
Revere, come inside and refresh yourself while we discuss what to do. Thank you.
Did you hear what Paul Reveres just said? The regulars are out tonight, in force, just as we surmised. If they are proceeding to Concord, they'll be here in Lexington in several hours.
These are no longer idle rumors.
No.
Sergeant Monroe, what are your orders now?
General, you men are to remain here unless I command you otherwise.
Sergeant,
You are to
the captain-
stay here and perform your duties that were assigned.
Sergeant, the captain's on the common. He'll need us.
We will wait to hear from the captain. I've already sent word from him.
Sergeant,
Here's Reverend Clark. Perhaps he can advise us further.
I don't know what this day will bring forth. We must preserve our presence of mind. Our brethren in Boston have borne the brunt of the struggle, and now we must be ready and resolved to act in order to preserve and recover our rights and liberties as Englishmen. This is a cause worth risking everything dear in life, yea, and life itself. You and your men must prepare yourselves for whatever may come.
The militia will be ready. You men have adequate supply of ball and powder. You may have a need of them before this day is out.
I came away in great haste, Sergeant, but not empty-handed. I have my cartridge box, powder horn, and extra flints. But I am most anxious about my wife and daughter in our home in the Cambridge Road.
We are all troubled. My wife and 3 young ones are still at home. My tavern is on the direct line of march. Seems to be another rider on the road. Rider! Do not let these riders pass. The countryside is quite astir this evening. Get ready, men. Do not let the riders pass.
Hold! 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 Ben, quick! Grab his bridle! Don't let him pass! Who are you?
I'm Dawes, William Dawes, and I come with urgent messages for Mr. Hancock and Mr. Adams.
From Joseph Ward and the Sons of Liberty. Has Revere arrived yet? I left Roxbury well over an hour ago, but was delayed.
Yes, Revere arrived a short while ago.
Yes, he's inside with Hancock and Adams now.
Thank
Please,
you.
go right in. Oh, ladies, you've been awakened. I don't want to add to your anxiety, but the regulars are on the road tonight and we must see to your safety.
Oh dear, what does it mean? Are we at peril?
Oh, now, Aunt Lydia. Please don't become agitated and begin to fret. You will only weaken yourself.
Oh, nephew Jonas, what are we to do? Must we flee? Where can we go at this hour?
But, dear madam, compose yourself, I beg you.
I knew some such thing would occur in this provincial place. If only my dear husband Thomas were here to take care of me, he would relieve me of this distressful burden.
There, Aunt Lydia. John will know what to do. He and Mr. Adams are discussing the situation at this very moment. Meantime, we can take our own measures. Mr. Clark, with the king's troops on the march, we would do well to secrete our valuables, silver, watches, and the like. Is there a suitable place to conceal them?
Dear, must we? My jewelry?
I would suggest in the attic, or perhaps down in the cellar with the potatoes.
Then let us get to it, and promptly.
Sergeant.
Yes.
You'd have your men bring forward the horses immediately. These riders must be on their way.
Will do.
Samuel, have you any plans to hasten from this place? Perhaps conceal yourself? It might be wise. Rumors abound that General Gage has orders from London to lay hands upon both you and Hancock.
The necessity of the times, more than ever, calls for our utmost circumspection, deliberation, and fortitude. Trust that we shall act accordingly, and not in a rash manner.
I am much relieved.
And what of you? Do you carry further orders from Dr. Warren to express additional warnings to the countryside?
Indeed we do, to Colonel Barrett from the provincial stores at Concord. Lieutenant Colonel Gage has learned a thing or two since the disaster at Salem not a couple months ago. He is coming. We must make ample time, Paul, in order to give them true warning.
Agreed, Will.
We certainly wish you safe passage. Your duty, your loyalty to the cause being lauded by many this night.
Thank you. Paul, I barely made it through Roxbury. Had it not been for my business at the tan yards, I fear that I might not have made it past the sentries. The regulars are in fact coming out this way. Both of us narrowly escaping the sentries. I feel it would be best if we both push on to Concord together.
Agreed, Will.
And with all this report of all these troops out this way, make sure you tighten that girth, check that tack. Who knows what we might encounter. Let's be off, Paul.
Okay, well,
Godspeed.
Yes, sir.
Is that the bell alarming the militia?
in this hour, words can do no more and actions must speak the loudest.
True enough. We suffer tamely a lawless attack on our liberty. We encourage it.
Which is why I retrieved my pistol. I intend to join the militia on the common and stand against these villains.
John, your spirit is commendable, but prudence must prevail now. It's best that you both seek safety elsewhere.
When I think of the men of Lexington, many of them miserably armed, facing up to those noxious vermin, I cannot conceive of being anywhere else. The front line is where any true patriot must be.
We do not make events, John. Our business is to shape them best we can. Blood may well be spilled on that common before the sun rises, although it is very important that we do not be seen as provoking it. Of course, you desire to be in the thick of it, but if John Hancock, president of the provincial congress, is butchered on the common, delivered into the hands of a hangman, it does nothing to advance the cause of liberty.
Well, if I had my musket, I would never turn my back on those troops.
Mr. Hancock, please, your life is in danger and so is our mutual happiness. I beg you, please do not remain here, but hasten away while you are still able. I shall go to my father's house in Boston as soon as possible.
Mistress Quincy, it is unthinkable. I shall not allow it. You will not return to Boston as long as there is a redcoat bayonet left in that town.
You, sir, are most high-handed. Recollect, Mr. Hancock, I am not as yet under your control. I shall go to my father's house in Boston tomorrow. I know that you are concerned for my safety, John, as we all are for yours.
My dearest Dolly, your anxieties are most touching, and your kind affection will sustain me wherever I am. I see the wisdom in Samuel's words, although it pains me. We will find safe haven elsewhere, and we will send word as to our whereabouts. But please, I beg you, do not return to Boston. It is most imprudent. You and Aunt Lydia will be much safer staying here with the Clarks.
I agree with you, John. Mistress Quincy, I deem it most unwise for you to travel at this time. Please, you and Lydia will stay as our guests for as long as the present circumstances require.
Someone else appears to be approaching.
Who is it?
Captain Park.
Captain Parker, what is the latest intelligence? The news that Revere and Dawes have brought from Dr. Warren is most discomforting.
I wish I could temper your anxiety. After the mounted patrol of regulars passed through, 3 of my company volunteered to follow them.
and I sent Thaddeus Bowman down the road to Monotony to find out what he can. But as of yet, I have not heard from any of them. Just now, I dispatched 2 riders to notify the militia in Bedford that the regulars are out.
And what of your company?
The men are gathering on the common. Whatever awaits, we will be ready.
Captain Parker, it is critical in this decisive hour that if there is to be any bloodshed, any violence, it must come first from the King's troops. We must not sully our cause by attacking them if they do no wrong.
We are in agreement, Mr. Adams. After consulting with the men, I have concluded that we should not make nor meddle with the King's troops. We will stand steadfast in our belief that we are free men, and our rights cannot be trampled upon. But we shall let the troops pass by and not molest them, without they being first.
We can ask no more.
Captain Parker, know that in my heart, I will be standing there with you.
And now, gentlemen, we must see that you are conducted away from here.
Yes, Sergeant Monroe, is there a place we can go safely this time of night, somewhere more remote than here?
Captain Reed's place, over the Woburn precinct. He's a true son of liberty. I am certain he would welcome you both.
Excellent. We shall prepare to take our leave.
Mr. Clark, we are most grateful for your kind hospitality and your wise counsel. Would you please see to it that my carriage is prepared?
With pleasure.
Sergeant,
Yes, Captain.
it may be hours before the regulars arrive. Dismiss the men. They'll be ready to muster on the common at the sound of the drum. I shall return to Buckman Tavern to await word.
Excellent, Captain. Thank you. We shall. Detail. Forward. Up. On the double, men. Your ranks.
Whatever happens in the morning, John, our fight is just beginning. We must awaken the spirit of the people. Persevere till their rights and liberties are firmly established.
I have the utmost confidence that this noble struggle for liberty will conclude gloriously for America.
To the right. Face. To the front. March. Right. Leave.
Well, that's the story of what happened here that night, as best as can be remembered after so many years. Of course, it was hours later, down the road on the Common, where the first shots of the American Revolution were fired. I was there, too, but that's a story we will save for tomorrow morning. Thank you, and good night.
Children with their cell phones.
Yeah, we had prison connected earlier. We had prison connected earlier with Trisha.
Yeah.
And everything was
Trisha
okay.
Helping us with the test.
So I don't know why it couldn't connect this time.
Yeah, he's just trying to be
Well, yeah, I know, but every time I touch the screen, it keeps on going.
What's this over there?
But it was Lexington, Boston, and Concord. They're all doing something. So
Yeah,
we're
Concord is not as
we're
much
doing
as we thought it would.
we're doing Lexington. Concord and Boston's doing tomorrow. Concord and Boston's doing something Sunday. Lexington's not doing anything Sunday.
Yeah, so we'll probably have to make the live event from Prism and
then
cancel the other one we have on the
Yeah.
YouTube that we
Monday,
have.
then Monday is the marathon, right?
Yeah. Alright, don't lose me.
No.
See, as you can see, the crowds are a little bit. It's heavy crowds that go all the way
It's only a
back.
couple of streets down, so.
Oh, wait. It'll clear really fast.
But again, we were testing this earlier with Trisha. We tried Prism, and everything was working fine. So I don't know why it wasn't connecting this time while we were trying to go to do this. But we'll try again tomorrow morning.
As you can see, it's wicked crowded here.
It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
She's in the window. Oh my god. Amazing. I didn't realize she was in it.
It's not even like a quarter of a block up the street.
What?
So we're not even like a quarter of a block up the street.
Where
It's just gonna take an hour to get there.
Alright.
We'll try doing the Prism tomorrow morning. Alright.
Or tonight. Okay.
We'll practice
crowd's
tonight,
getting-
but yeah.
So we're
Getting a
gonna
little
say
sardine,
good
so-
night because the crowd's getting very heavy now. Okay?
Alright,
So
I'll talk
thank
to you
you
later.
for watching, guys, and we'll see you early tomorrow morning.
Hopefully with a better
And
stream.
hope you're all well and have a good night. Okay?
Alright.
Bye.
What do I hit? The X?
End.
Where's the end?
I gotta cut
You
into
hit the
this
middle?
stream over here. Good idea right here.